Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at game number 2 between Empire Violet and SKMC. This time we're on the map Cloud Kingdom. Our red Protoss player, SKMC, spawning in the upper right-hand spawn location, and his opponent, the blue Zerg player, Empire Violet, spawning down over here in the lower left-hand position. Again, this is game number 2 here in the series. MC wins game 1 with a Forge Fast Expand into 1-1 upgrades and an 8-gate push. And with that going so sentry heavy, he was able to lay down some very effective force fields, getting himself into a good position, number 1. But number 2 is also just proper placement of those force fields. And the biggest thing really is obviously to try to prevent the speedlings from getting us around, and trying to prevent a bulk of the roaches from being within range of your forces. If you can effectively do that, and the best place to do that is always going to be in some sort of a choke point, as opposed to in the wide open battlefield. If you can get yourself in a choke point, which is what we saw last game, we were able to see MC push himself into a position kind of like this little area here, and in this position, you're able to take advantage of the walls on either side to cut back on the amount of force fields you need to actually be able to prevent surrounds and prevent units from getting up close to you. So great job there by MC. Unfortunate situation for Violet. He just wasn't able to get up to the forces of MC and drop them quick enough. Was not able to really get to the sentries at all that game either. He had a little bit of action with a couple of the roaches, but it was not nearly as effective as he may have hoped. Violet opens up pool first, again, as mentioned last game, being scouted early, especially on these maps that only have 1 spawn location per player. There are only 2 possible spawn locations, so you will always know where your opponent is. Makes it much more difficult to go hatch first there as a Zerg player. Certainly, of course, when the probe moves out nice and early. So Violet will have to wait here. He's going to try to sneak by, not happening though. MC's all over that. He says, forget it, I'm gonna go back to mining. He was trying to kind of sneak by MC, hoping that he would keep going over here and that the drone could move down and drop the hatchery before any of this went on, but MC spotted that happening, pulled back, and dropped the pylon as a response. Let's see if he lets it go through or not. MC does go Forge first, and dropping the Nexus next. Does he let it finish? Yes, he does. He's gonna let it finish, force those Zerglings to engage it, and allow the probe to dance around a little while longer. Violet turns to engage the probe as well, realizing that if he kept attacking that pylon, the probe may have actually killed him. Or at the very least, it would have been forced far away. Lings now finally pull forward to engage, and we'll be dropping this pylon momentarily. And then MC is going to need to hide now. I don't know if he's going to head on back. Hiding for secondary scouting is usually what we do see, and that is what is going to happen. He's going to chill over here for a moment and then just pull himself right back into the main. Once he hits this position, he'll be pathing right back around and walking into the main. Ling's now trying to find that probe, unable to do so. He checks the tower, then pulls back, and here we go. Yeah, he's gonna have no problem making it back on up. Second drone moving down. Is that going to be scouting, or will it be an expansion? It will be an expansion. He's going for a quick third again. So Violet, second game in a row, decides to take that quick third base. Probe looking for gas and looking for a roach warren. Seeing neither of those things, he knows he's safe. He can go back to doing his little thing over here. We got Gateway now finished. Cybernex core is next. Nexus also finished at the same time. Where's that Cyber core going? Looks like that's going back here. Wondering if he had a pylon in the main for that. Overlord Scout will be making that out in time. No anti-air coming anytime soon. Ling should still want to check the front wall there just to see the makeup of the wall, what buildings are where, just so we can know what to expect there. And is there still the scouting probe? I think he's been taken out. The resources lost there. Already lost 2. Okay, there's the pylon plus the scouting probe. That's where all that is coming from. Overlord sitting over here. Another one will be pulling into this position. I think he'll be situating himself right over there. It's a nice little spot there for an Overlord. No tower control. He's continuing to dance around and looking. Wants to see if any additional scouting probes are going to be moving out to try to get some more scouting. MC's just all over that, man, I tell ya. There he is checking the wall, gets 1 hit from the cannon, but at least he sees everything, sees the cyber core back there. Certainly a weak point right here. Bust that with a roach and just let your speedlings pour on in. Hey, that's an idea. Could happen. Certainly could. All right, look at this though. Stargate coming out here for MC, so certainly a far cry from what we saw last game, which was an 8-gate 1-1 push. This time it is going to be opening up with some airplay in the Stargate. I'm concerned with his positioning here because that could be quite easily scouted by another group of Lings. I mean, we saw how much vision the Lings got last time. They were able to see the cyber core. If they pushed up again, they could easily see that. He's probably also worried, though, about putting in his main simply because an Overlord Scout could quite easily check the ones in the main. But I am excited to see the Stargate because that means we're going to be seeing for some more interesting play. Stalker pulls forward to Scout, able to get a couple shots off over here. Almost killed off the drone, but we saw the drone actually turn itself into an extractor to prevent that from happening. And now the Lings are going to be chasing down the Stalker. Stalker's forced to run all the way back. The opening is going to be Void Rays. And Violet will be scouting it, but he'll have to respond pretty much immediately. Hopefully we see a few more Queens, maybe a Spore Crawler or two. Lings continue to chase the Stalker, finally push back. There we go, scouting the Void. And we're going to see a Spore immediately. Probably going to see maybe one more Queen in production, unless this already is his extra Queen. He's got 3 in play, so this is an extra Queen. This will be number 4. He already has one per hatch. Small little bit of aggression here coming out from MC. He's just going to be pushing out, trying to force the creation of Lings. Obviously, that's going to make it harder for Violet to afford what he needs. Yeah, we got another Queen coming out, so we'll be 2 more Queens. Here comes a little push. Lings pulling forward, try to do some damage. We got Spine also coming down. 2 Roaches coming through. He should be all set here. Takes out the Zealot. Chases down the Stalker. Metabolic boost close to finish. Stalker is actually going to finish off the Lings here. He does. Look at that. 9 HP left, but here comes a Void Ray and a Phoenix. More Phoenix also in production here. 1 Void Ray, and then he's just massing up the Phoenix to be able to lift off those Queens and allow the Void Ray to do as much damage as possible. This Void Ray is, of course, going to get map control. There's really nothing that Violet can do anytime soon to prevent this Void Ray from killing off all his forces. All he's going to have is Roach and Speedling for a while. We're not going to expect Hydra to move across the center of the map anytime soon. We may see Hydra for base defense, but moving across the center of the map is really a bad idea for Hydras unless you have a nice creep spread or it's later in the game. Bunch of Phoenixes, 3 in play. The 1 Void Ray, 4th Phoenix, and a 5th Phoenix coming out. He's going to keep this up here. Spore Crawler rooting itself there. Phoenix is able to get a few kills in the meantime. Three workers killed so far this game for MC. Bunch of Speedlings moving on over in this direction. Void Ray sitting idly over here. We'd like to see him be a bit more active. What else do we have? Level 2 weapons upgrade. So we're preparing for a transition here. MC is working up those gateways. You can see he's got the Templar Archives coming out as well. Obviously already finished that Twilight Council. Might be seeing a charge upgrade. Changeling in the main base as well as an Overseer. And a full scout here is going to be seeing those additional gateways. Check back here, please. Please check that. I don't know if he actually clicked on that or not. I hope he did. I hope that he saw that that was a Templar Archives. I really do. So the transition is, of course, going to be in the ground forces. He's not going to keep up this Phoenix Void Ray play forever. He's getting certainly enough Phoenixes, though, to do some continued harass and force the additional Queens and force those Spore Crawlers and also make things very, very difficult for these Overlords. This one's still chilling out here, though. Alright, Phoenix is going to be checking over here for Overlords, and then please continue to move. There you go. Moving on in this direction. We got 2 Queens plus a Spore. Phoenix is continuing to push. Oh, Overlords. Gotta be careful. Nice Spore Crawler placement, though. Beautiful Spore Crawler placement here. He's hitting those Phoenixes. He's gonna be losing some Overlords, but at least he's within range of those Phoenixes pretty much wherever they go. Bunch of Overlords going to get dropped, though. This is a huge headache for Violet. Going to force the creation of more. Yeah, I can see a ton more Overlords coming out. Speedling push over here, and a few Roaches trying to force and cancel all this expansion. He does. Violet delays MC's 3rd with a few Speedlings and Roaches. Turns to engage. He should just be retreating right now, and there you go. Head back home. He's certainly outgunned in that match, but he's able to sneak up on there very quickly right after MC had dropped to the 3rd. And force the cancel with just so much pressure with all the Speedlings and a few Roaches. Beautiful, beautiful there by Violet. Violet working up to Pathogen Glands. It's going to be Speedling, Roach, Infester here. Level 1 missile attack, level 1 melee attack also coming out, upgrading both his Speedlings and Roaches at the same time. We do a Blink research coming out here for MC. MC also has a few High Templar. Now, does he have the... No, he doesn't have Storm research, but might be saving up that energy or just planning to go into Archons. Redrops the 3rd over here as he's attempting to get up his next expansion. Liking the creep spread so far here from Violet. Would really like to see him get a 4th base right about now. Might even see both a 4th and a 5th. We'll see, though. Drone's moving out. Is that going to be? Yes, it is. Here's the 4th. Very far away from everything else. Trying to hide that one, actually. Speedlings, again, going to try to force the cancel. Unable to do so, though. There's way too many forces here. Huge force field wall, plus a bit of harass there from those Phoenixes. Taking out a few of those Roaches. Speedlings got demolished over here. So unfortunately, he was not able to force the cancel a second time. That would have been tremendous had he been able to do so, but that was one tall order, I'd have to say. When was the last time you heard that? I don't even know the last time I heard that. One tall order. Very difficult objective there for Violet. And again, unfortunately, he was not able to force the cancel of MC's third again. Blink Research now finished. Level 3 weapons upgrades also coming out here for MC. He's got no armor, but level 2 weapons and level 3 weapon and level 3 coming through. Phoenix is trying to move back into the natural expansion. A Spore +2 Queen's gonna force him back. He does get a few more workers killed, but only 6 killed so far this game for MC. So really, the worker harass hasn't been that tremendous. Speedlings, Roaches, Infestors, and Corruptors to deal with those Phoenixes as well as the Void Ray. Grabs control the center of the map. Phoenix is going to walk into the Corruptors. Ouch! Ouch! Fungal growth! And the Corruptors. Oh, snap. That is not what MC had hoped for at all. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful there by Violet. That was perfect for him. Observer scouting the Lings over here and a few Roaches. Roaches get taken out there by the Stalkers. Look at a sizable force in this position. Hive Tech coming out. He's done the 1-1 upgrades for both the melee and the ranged. Obviously the armor applies to both, but he's got the weapon attack for both the melee and the ranged. Continue to push forward. Speedlings, Roaches, Infestors. A couple Speedlings moving on over here. Gonna walk into cannons. Nice fungal growth. He's gonna be pulling back with his forces here. These guys trying to do as much damage. Actually, they're gonna be able to do a bit of damage over here. Roaches plus Infestors laying down a fungal growth, trying to delay these forces. Stalkers blinking back. He's taking care of the Void Rays and the Phoenixes. A bunch of damage still going down over here, though. Very effective harass as he splits his forces. He lost pretty much the bulk of his army over here, but was able to do a fair amount of damage with 12 worker kills. Killed off the cannons as well. Blink Stalkers taking out a few more of those Roaches as they try to retreat. They're gone. Actually turn around to meet their maker. Violet does have this fourth up, but not saturating it. I think he's just committed to continue to push here, actually. Huh. Quite interesting that he's deciding to do that. We got a big push coming out from MC. Blink Stalkers taking out the Ling at the tower. And MC is going to continue to pressure here. Now he's got an Observer with his forces, so he's going to be able to start killing off some creep tumors. Is he not going to do that, though? What is he doing? Bring your Observer with your forces, dude. No, they're a counterattack coming over here. Roaches and Speedlings moving up. We did see a Storm go down. Able to do a bit of damage. Yeah, it's not going to be able to take out too much. Kills off a few more workers. 18 workers now killed so far this game. MC continuing to push here. Big storms. Oh, no. Huge storms and feedbacks. Storms demolishing the Speedlings. Feedbacks killing off an Infestor or two. Getting rid of the rest of their energy. Oh, no. That was really rough. He lost a lot of Speedlings there. Resources lost. Violet so far behind. Trying those counterattacks, unfortunately, didn't work that well for him. And now he's losing the third base. This is a very strong force here for MC. Level 3 weapons upgrade. Certainly doesn't help. We are 1-2 here with 1-3 for the Zerglings coming through for those melee units. Now we did see, yeah, we got a Greater Spire in play, but I don't know that he's going to get any Brewlords in play. Unable to do so. The push from MC too strong, and MC wins game number 2. Although Violet was able to force the cancel of MC's third and do some harass at the third with several volleys of Speedlings and Roaches, this push right here from MC demolished almost all of his forces, killing off pretty much every single Ling, plus his Infestors, and then MC continues to push onto the third, take it out, and force the GG. Alright guys, that was game number 2 here between MC and Violet. We will be moving on to game 3 in just one moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.